my channel, welcome. Please make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you're feeling me. And if you're on our Patreon, welcome. It will be there's a few new videos. First of all, this is a snippet to Divine Feminine. The rest of the video will be on Divine Feminine on Patreon. And Divine Masculine will also be on Patreon. The other half. Thank you to everybody new on the channel. All right. I meant to turn off the commenting section, but who gives a fuck at this point? I'll just do what I do. That's it. And with that being said, here, collective, we're gonna go straight into your reading here. Okay, Divine Feminine. This is the free portion on YouTube. The rest will be on hi Caramel, what's up, baby? Listen, if we have any trolls, please can you just block them? Thank you so much. Thank you. So with that being said, let's get straight into this reading. All right, so Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, Rising in the North Node. That's going to be very significant for the week here for you. All right, and with that being said, let's see. What is your spiritual... Okay, the star. Okay, healing. All right, so everything is going to be healed. All right, we have here the Tower. I'm getting this energy here where a lot of you guys... if there was anything that... all right, so I feel like there was something here that you were trying to hold on to with this Tower, right? There could have been some things that a lot of you guys might have felt, yeah, with the Magician card in reverse, and then we have here the Tower card coming out in reverse. There could have been some things here that you guys were trying to... that Spirit was just like, it's not your time, or it's the time to try to do it. I think that, you know, a lot of us will get less resistance if we were to try not to resist what universe is trying to tell us. We would go more further into understanding, okay, well, maybe the way that I'm doing something here is not the way that Spirit wants me to do it. And it's kind of like, as soon as you change your paradigm, or you change your idea, or you change the way that you're looking at things, is when things starts to make it more it makes it more easier for you to basically do it. Like, I'm just getting this energy here where a lot of us, collective Divine Feminine energy, we're trying to hold things together. That wasn't for us to do that. You know, it's... I have discernment with those things. Like, I'm not going to try to make a tower stay if the tower is already built from a weak foundation. So the real question is that, like, how have you been building something? Like, is it built off of consistency? Is it built off of your mind? Is it built off of the mindset that you want? Because it's easy to say, oh, I want to be successful, but then you have a lot of negative thoughts about how you're going to get there, or, you know, limitations about yourself. So it's really about your mind, and it's really about how you see certain things, and it's also about how you carry yourself, what you're willing to allow in your life, and what is it that you won't be willing to allow, because you know yourself, right? So there's a lot of things that needs to be looked at here, and I think that a lot of you guys are going to be leaving things with a sense of urgency. Like, I see this week of you guys seeing, like, okay, I understand why certain things weren't the way it was. I also understand how I've been inconsistent with myself. So there's a lot of things that you might realize that I have been inconsistent with, and it's respectfully, now I'm ready to kind of put that behind me and move on a certain base of with integrity. Right? There has been a lot of irritation here. There has been a lot of mental things, you know, back and forth, limitations of where you're at, what you could do, what you can't do. And when things are naturally supposed to be for you, or when things are naturally supposed to go the way it's supposed to, it should never feel like it's like doing so much that it should never feel like that. Okay. If you want it, you can have it, but it's how you do it that makes it very important. Like, one thing that I can say, I've been trying to get monetized for YouTube for 2 years, right? But it was really last year that really set the ball for me, because I set that intentions out, like, this year by December I would get monetized. And that's exactly how I got it in December. Was it the fact that it took me 2 years? Or was it that last year that made me change the way that I were doing certain things to get what is it that I want? So it's really about the goals. It's really about how we do things. It's really about your eager. It's about what you're doing. What is the sacrifices? What you're willing to do for it. Okay, a lot of people, because it's not getting paid at the time, doesn't mean that you won't get paid in the near future. So it's really about how you look at things and how you take it from there, right? Yes, Pisces energy, Jupiter, abundance, and then Saturn structure. So, Saturn never gives things for free, but Saturn also likes to make sure that you have discipline with it. So, with that Jupiter abundance, it was always yours. It was always yours, but were you willing to receive it? Were you willing to kind of go through that sacrificial situation? Were you able to kind of go through that drought? Were you able to kind of go through that situation for you to be able to see in another point of view? So Spirit is kind of it's changing your paradigm and wants you to understand that you have everything within yourself. You already have it. And not only that, but you are a star, right? But it's hard for you to see the star because you see other stars, but you don't see yourself. But you're just like the other stars. So a lot of you guys need to change the paradigm of acting like you don't have it when it's everything that you have. All right, so let's just see what we have. This is the free portion here, and then we're going to be going on Patreon for the rest. Okay. Yes, the Judgment card, coming back to something here, right? Now, with this Judgment card here, I definitely feel like there has been something here that you are now seeing. There's something here within your emotions. There's something here that has happened before, and now you're looking at it like, okay, there is a message in something. And have I looked at the message the way that I want to look at it, or I'm looking at how I want to look at it? See, it's a difference when people tell you something here and then years later you're realizing that it was never other people, it was you. But people been telling you that the whole time. You just didn't want to receive it at the time, right? Not saying this is the case, but I'm saying there's something here that you're realizing here that it was already embedded, that you've already heard, that you've already received before, but you see it now. So what was once dark is now coming into the light. What was once seemed like it was a burden to you is now becoming something here that's very magical. It's becoming more uplifting. It's becoming more clear. It's becoming more of a solution to your problems here. All right. Your spirit guides want you to know that you're on the right track with that Page of Wands. You're doing really well. And don't ever stop being the voice of reason. All right. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but there needs to be more consistency. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest one in the deck, but it's the most consistent. He takes his time. So, it's not about trying to one up people. It's about becoming the best person that you can be. And definitely within this week, it's like, just be the best that you can be and be you, right? As cliche as that is, the mind. Yeah, so this is all about your mind. So there's something here about your mind. There's something here about healing yourself. But it's all about how you think about certain things. How have I been thinking? How have I been kind of putting myself in the back burner? How have I been kind of looking into certain things in a different point of view? Jupiter, abundance. You are abundant. It's all in your mind. And I will leave it there because that right there is it's all Patreon energy right there. But the real abundance is in your mind. And also love, right? Because I think that we live in this world of things not becoming when you are in fear, anger, hurt, despair, that brings your energy down. When you are jealous, when you think that a person has more, when you think that XYZ, everything that you have, you already have it. But it starts with love first. You can't do anything without love. So I feel like once you change your mindset of certain things and get out of that mindset of of feeling of scarcity mindset, because a lot of people have scarcity mindset. They could have as much money. You could be retired. You could live, you could live across the country. You could, it don't matter where you're at in your life. But being thankful for what you have is the most important thing. And I feel like there's not enough being thankful in the world for you to see or appreciate the fact that where you're at is more abundant than where you were. You just focusing so much on what other people have and what you don't have, and where you're at and where you're not at, to the point where you're not even appreciating what you have. Those four walls, the fact that you have a roof over your head, the fact that you have clothes on the table, the fact that you are still surviving, that you're healthy. But people don't think about those things no more, because they're just looking for the next fix, and then there's never a next fix, and then the next fix, and then the next fix, until you realize that the real fix is you. So what's the judgment here? The Eight of Wands. There needs to be growth, expansion. There needs to be something here that you need to come back to, that you have been there has been something here that you haven't been putting your energy into in a while. You kind of just let it go, because I don't know with this moon card, if some of you guys might have been emotionally like not there. Maybe you just felt like, it wasn't the right time. There wasn't consistency when it came down to the things that you were supposed to do. Like the momentum it's like you got the momentum, or something here was supposed to be a momentum, and then it stopped going because of whatever it is that you thought, because of scarcity mindsets. What's the moon card here? The Empress, about yourself, your mind. When was the last time you washed your hair? When was the last time you oiled your scalp? When was the last time you actually wrapped up your hair? Even if you don't have hair, when was the last time you really took care of your head, your mind, your mental? Okay, your spirit guides really want you to leave what happened in the past alone, because it's stopping you. But there's a need for you to really see that as a motivation for you to move forward in your life. Because their solution was all within you. Was all in your mind. A lot of you guys need to stop. Some of you guys might be inconsistent with certain things that you say you were going to do. I started this, but you never finished it. Or, there's just certain things that needs to be finished, that you need to make right. That needs to be justified. The Four of Swords, healing. Right? The Nine of Cups. And then we have here the Fool. See, with the Nine of Cups here, that's all about you guys being comfortable where you're at. I think that there has been some things that you've been comfortable with. And Spirit says now it's time for you to take another. Now it's time for you to go back to the Fool card. It's time for you to take a new leap of faith. That comfortability, I think that a lot of you guys just got comfortable with just living. But not even with that comfortability of living wasn't enough for you. It's never going to be enough, because living is not enough. You got to live with purpose. You got to live with abundance. You got to live with the fact that I'm bringing something to it's different when you just live to live, but it's a difference when you're a healer. And you don't have to do herbs. You don't have to be a tarot reader. But speaking your truth, making something here out of yourself, doing the due diligence that Spirit, definitely if you've already been called to do something here and you just been on your ass, then that's on you. I'm talking to people who heal, that give back to the earth, that give back to their community, that give back to their family, and give back to themselves, because you have to be right first. What's the Page of Wands there? But you guys are doing great. You guys are going to get the message this week, and there's going to be something here that really impact you in a different point of view here. You get the Two of Pentacles, we have here the Lovers, and then we have here the Hangman. Now this could be people that's around you. People who are okay with being where they're at. So they kind of get you or being okay with where you're at, because they don't want you to outdo them. Right? Toxic people, toxicity. That needs to be a change. One thing I'm learning here is that if it ain't, I wrote this on my Facebook, but if it isn't bringing me any type of harmony, if it doesn't make me feel some type of, if it doesn't make me feel good and it has me question myself, then I first forgive myself for even letting somebody allow me to get to that level. I forgive myself first. And then the second thing I do is move accordingly, because now that I know the truth, there's no need for me to try to explain myself because it's already understood. I think that a lot of you guys are trying to hold on to things, people, situations, right, that already showed you who they are. Now you have to move accordingly. Don't get comfortable because they're comfortable. Don't feel like that the life is over, or life is where that's at, because that's not your life. That's their life. Okay? Now, if you guys like this, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to go to Patreon to finish up this reading. And then with that being said, I'm going to come back on a little bit. Well, I'm going to try to see as much as I can do, because I got other readings that I have to do as well. But with that being said, you guys, peace and love, and I'll see you guys on Patreon. Peace.